I'm recording for release the day before Thanksgiving. And what do people do around the Thanksgiving table? Talk about the things that they're thankful for, right? I did a Google search, and some of those things are friends, freedom, health, water, family, pets, cat videos. That made the list. Kindness of strangers, significant other, Wi Fi, your parents, books, celebrating the holidays, education, grandparents, having something to eat, laughter, opportunities, things like that. Doesn't that all sound really good? And probably some things that you're thankful for. But today I am going to discuss 3 things that you probably wouldn't have on your mind to be thankful for, and yet I'm going to suggest that you should. This is Flavors of Emotions, expanding your emotional palette for a tastier life. My name is Kim Korte. Together, we explore how to make sense of our feelings through the lens of a chef, understanding flavors and a recipe. I am here to help you refine your emotional palette to differentiate the emotions that shape your world. All right, let's get to the list. Number 1, the people who are challenging in your life. And I put this on here because I have that. I definitely have people who challenge me personally, meaning I have them in my sphere. I have to deal with them. They may make me a little crazy or a lot crazy, and I have to figure out a way to coexist. Having people like this in your life is a good reason to be thankful because they help you expand your focus, to not leave it so narrow on the things you don't like and have an opportunity to find the things you do like. Because what does that do? It creates a blend and it will lessen the craziness or at least give you an excuse to like them. And sometimes you need it. And especially around the holidays when you're with family members that might make you a little nuts. So that's number 1. And quite frankly, I think that's the easy one. I think this next one might be a little bit more challenging. And that is to be grateful for all of the painful and difficult situations that you've been in. Now, I might say not all, but if some of the more impactful ones that kind of keep you back, that you dwell on a lot, that you're having a hard time moving forward from, pain is something you can grow from. You can transmute that pain into something beautiful. And when I say that, I'm not saying it was a good thing it happened. I would never say that because I've had so many painful situations in my life that I wish had never happened at the time. But now I'm able to see how it really did have good outcomes. I'm so grateful for my divorce, not for any other reason than my life that I directed into a more positive outcome. And that's the point. It's, well, let me explain it to you this way. There is a saying that my grandmother had, and I'm going to use a Scottish term because I don't think it would be counted as swearing here, but it goes, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken shite. Yes, Claire, if you're listening, I'm using your word, shite. But we can, in a personal sense, we absolutely can. For instance, my friend John, he dealt with things that shouldn't happen to a young child in his younger years. And it was very, very impactful. It was awful. And yet he turned that into something positive. He took that experience and used it to help others, to help other young children. In fact, he was a member for, gosh, just until recently, and all the years I've known him, a member of BACA, Bikers Against Child Abuse. These rough and tumble guys with, the vests and the tattoos, the big dudes, who you would think like, oh, they're so scary. And that's the point. They want these kids to feel secure. Like, here's these big, tough people, because it's not just men, it's women too. The whole idea is that these children are given a feeling of protection, because that's so important, right? To know that you feel safe as you go through the process in court of confronting your abuser, which many of these kids have to do. So these guys show up in court and will sometimes, I know John told me he'd stay overnight in a car in front of the kid's house just so that they would feel safe and know they were out there. And if anybody showed up, they were there to protect them. Incredible, right? And that's what he did. So he transmuted that pain into protecting children. I think it's pretty impressive. My good girlfriend, Angie, she's been a guest on this podcast. She took her emotional experiences and then turned them in now so that she's an amazing, amazing coach. She, in fact, is my coach. I use her to help me in situations because you can't always see yourself clearly, right? And that's why we need other people. And she's amazing. She wouldn't have the perspective, she wouldn't have the empathy, she wouldn't have all of this if it wasn't for what she went through. Now, the last one I think is very important, and that is to be thankful for yourself. All the things about you that are so wonderful, and to be able to line them up. Yeah, there's a lot of things we can find that we don't like, but what are the things that you are thankful for about yourself? Maybe it's your sense of humor. Maybe it's your ability to rebound from tough situations. Maybe it's your hair. Maybe, it's whatever that you find that you're thankful for. And say it out loud, write it down. But be thankful for you, because ultimately, you're the one who counts. No matter what other people say and are grateful about you for themselves, how you feel about yourself is the most important point of view. So be thankful for you. I am, and I'm thankful that you listened to me today. And I hope you join me the next time on Flavors of Emotions. Please, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and share it with others. Maybe you know someone else who needs to be a little bit more thankful for themselves.